Well, it's Sunday evening. It's been a very, very good day today. Started well. Lunch was good, and then this afternoon was good. And I was rather hoping that the clouds were going to produce some rain. What they did produce was one flash of lightning and one rumble of thunder, and not a single drop of wetness. Okay. Now, some of the things that happen today generate problems. One of my friends is a very decent, generous man, and he had said to me last Sunday, had I got room for some odd plants? And I said, yes. So, today, with a smile, he gave me some odd plants. And yeah, I've been trying to find places to put them, which is not entirely easy. I've got plenty of space, but what I hadn't got was prepared space. So, I've been improvising. And he looked at these plants and said he couldn't remember what they are. They might be some sort of courgette, they might be some sort of melon, or possibly even a cucumber. But we've found space for 3 of them there, and 2 courgettes, he knew what they were. That might be a courgette, and that, well, we'll have to wait and see what sort of fruit it has on it. So I've shoehorned those in there. Rude not to. When someone gives you something, you really should do your best to get the most out of it. And this is going to cause me a very pleasant problem very shortly, because, well, I've just been looking at the plants that I'd already planted. Bearing in mind I've also got to find space to put 10 Brussels sprout plants in. I worked that out just now. But as I looked at these courgette plants, let's just have a look at how we're doing. Oh dear, he said, getting on his knees, not for the first time today. Look at that little short fat one. Yeah. Now, because these plants do like to create lots of fruit, you need to start taking some of the first fruits off. So it looks like I'm having courgette tomorrow with me dinner. I like courgette, so that's a good thing. But we move along the row and we look at this plant, which is obviously a former policeman's plant because it's growing its courgette straight up like a truncheon on parade. And we look at this one, and there's a skinny little courgette in there, and then we look at that one, and there's a couple of little courgettes. Yeah, and then we come over here, and in amongst the weeds we look at how many flowers there are on each of these plants. Yeah, if any of you want to pop round, shall we say Thursday, make it late because I've got something to do Thursday morning, but if any of you pop round late Thursday, I think I can probably find you a decent courgette. And it won't be very long before we'll be having decent tomatoes. Don't forget with tomatoes to pick out the side shoots. They've all got fruit forming on them. Yeah, and if I needed vegetable, well, I've got some cabbage. One of them actually needs to be eaten. So we're going to have a short season of plenty. Amongst the things that my pal Francois gave me this morning was several small tomato plants. I've managed to find spaces for them. We found spaces for them, and yeah, oh, plonk. Always good to drop a cat on a leak. Yes, we found spaces. But we need to find space for 10 Brussels sprout plants. He laughed about the Brussels sprout plants because last year I gave him a very, very out-of-date packet of Brussels sprout seed. And we had a discussion about how old seed is still viable. And almost as a test last year, he planted a sample set of the seed, and this year he planted some more. But there's a funny thing about the French people of this region: none of them eat Brussels sprouts. So with a grin, he'd already given me 1, 2, 3 Brussels sprout plants, and now he's given me another 10. But that's good. I like Brussels sprouts. So that looks like my Christmas dinner is taken care of. Yeah, Brussels sprouts and garlic. That will be a good Christmas dinner, won't it? See these garlic growing nicely. This person is determined to get trodden on. We'll do our best not to. I transplanted some of these gorgeous little bee orchids into a flower bed where they won't get run over with the lawnmower. I think they're fantastic. But there we are. That was Sunday.